G'day food lovers! Today, we're off to New Zealand, a country known for its stunning landscapes and adventurous spirit. But hold on, there's a whole other side to New Zealand just waiting to be explored. It's food. Get ready for a culinary journey that's as diverse and exciting as the country itself. New Zealand's food scene is a fusion of cultures and flavors. From the indigenous Maori people to the European settlers, the country's culinary heritage is a melting pot of influences. This unique blend has resulted in a cuisine that's both comforting and innovative, familiar yet full of surprises. So, ditch your preconceived notions and grab a fork. We're about to dive into the heart of New Zealand cuisine, where fresh ingredients, time-honored traditions, and a love for good food come together in every bite. Get ready to tantalize your taste buds. Before we talk fancy restaurants and modern dishes, we've got to go back to basics. Long before anyone had even heard of New Zealand, the Maori people were already living in harmony with the land, using its bounty to create their own unique cuisine. The Maori were masters of foraging, hunting, and fishing. Their diet was rich in seafood from the ocean, birds and game from the forests, and root vegetables and fruits from the land. They cooked using simple methods like steaming, roasting, and pit cooking. One of their most important cooking techniques was using a Hangi, an earth oven where food is slow cooked underground. This method infuses the food with a unique smoky flavor and results in incredibly tender meat and vegetables. The Maori culinary traditions form the foundation of New Zealand cuisine, and their respect for nature and resourcefulness continue to inspire chefs across the country today. Fast forward a few centuries and New Zealand saw an influx of European settlers, mainly from Britain. These newcomers brought with them their own culinary traditions, which slowly started to blend with the existing Maori cuisine. British staples like meat pies, fish and chips, and roast dinners began appearing on tables across the country. Dairy farming took off, introducing a love for butter, cream, and cheese into the Kiwi diet. As time went on, influences from other European countries like Italy, Greece, and France also found their way into New Zealand's food scene. Pasta, pizza, and pastries became commonplace, adding even more flavor and diversity to the country's culinary landscape. This fusion of Maori and European influences created a unique and delicious culinary hybrid that defines New Zealand cuisine today. Section 4. Hangi food cooked the Earth's way. Let's talk about Hangi. Imagine this. A pit dug into the earth, hot stones radiating heat, and baskets filled with meat, vegetables, and seafood, all slowly cooking beneath the ground. This ancient method of cooking, known as Hangi, has been passed down through generations of the Maori people, the indigenous Polynesian people of New Zealand. The process is not just about cooking food, it's a deeply rooted cultural tradition that brings people together. That's Hangi, a traditional Maori cooking method that's as much about community as it is about food. The preparation of a Hangi is often a communal event where everyone has a role to play. From gathering the right kind of stones to preparing the food, each step is a collective effort that strengthens community bonds. Preparing a Hangi is a labor of love. It starts with digging a pit in the ground, which can be quite a task depending on the soil and weather conditions. The pit is then lined with stones that are heated until they are red hot. These stones are crucial as they provide the consistent heat needed to cook the food evenly. It's a communal effort that involves gathering the ingredients, preparing the pit, and carefully layering the food in baskets woven from flax leaves. The baskets are an essential part of the process, as they allow the steam to circulate around the food, ensuring it cooks thoroughly. The ingredients typically include a variety of meats like pork, lamb, and chicken, as well as root vegetables such as kumara, sweet potato, potatoes, and pumpkin. Seafood is also a popular addition, adding another layer of flavor to the meal. Then, the baskets are lowered onto the hot stones, covered with earth, and left to cook for several hours. This slow cooking method allows the flavors to meld together, creating a unique taste that is both smoky and earthy. The earth acts as a natural oven, trapping the heat and steam, which cooks the food to perfection. The result? Food that's incredibly tender, infused with a smoky, earthy flavor that's unlike anything you've ever tasted. The slow cooking process ensures that the meat is so tender it practically falls off the bone, while the vegetables absorb the rich, smoky flavors from the hot stones and earth. The meat falls off the bone, the vegetables are sweet and smoky, and the aroma alone is enough to make your mouth water. The experience of eating hangi is not just about the taste, it's about the sensory journey that begins the moment the pit is unearthed. The steam rises, carrying with it the tantalizing sense of the cooked food, making the anticipation almost as enjoyable as the meal itself. Hangi is more than just a meal. It's a celebration of Maori culture, a time for families and communities to come together and share a truly unique culinary experience. It's a tradition that has stood the test of time, offering not just sustenance, but also a sense of identity and belonging. In a world where fast food and instant meals are becoming the norm, the hangi stands as a testament to the value of patience, community, and the simple joy of sharing a meal cooked the earth's way. Section 5, Fish and Chips, a Kiwi classic with a twist. Now let's talk about a Kiwi classic with a twist: fish and chips. This dish is a staple in New Zealand, enjoyed by locals and tourists alike. It's more than just a meal, it's a cultural experience that brings people together. You might be thinking, fish and chips, that's British. And you'd be right, but New Zealand has taken this beloved dish and made it its own. The Kiwi version is unique, offering a fresh and flavorful take that sets it apart from its British counterpart. And you'd be right, but New Zealand has taken this beloved dish and made it its own. The Kiwi twist on fish and chips is all about quality and freshness, reflecting the country's rich maritime heritage and love for the sea. First off, forget soggy, greasy fish. In New Zealand, it's all about fresh, flaky fish, often caught that day. The emphasis is on using the best ingredients to create a dish that's both delicious and satisfying. In New Zealand, it's all about fresh, flaky fish, often caught that day. Local fishermen bring in their catch daily, ensuring that the fish is as fresh as possible. This commitment to freshness is what makes Kiwi fish and chips stand out. Snapper, hoki, and tarakihi are local favorites, each offering a unique flavor and texture. These fish are not only delicious but also sustainable, reflecting New Zealand's commitment to preserving its natural resources. Coated in a light, crispy batter and fried to perfection, the batter is key, providing a crunchy exterior that complements the tender fish inside. It's a delicate balance that's achieved through years of culinary tradition. And the chips? Forget skinny fries. We're talking chunky, golden chips, often cooked in beef dripping for extra flavor. These thick-cut fries are crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside, making them the perfect accompaniment to the fish. We're talking chunky, golden chips, often cooked in beef dripping for extra flavor. This method of cooking adds a rich, savory taste that elevates the entire dish. It's a small detail that makes a big difference. Add a squeeze of lemon, a dollop of tartar sauce, and maybe even some mushy peas on the side, and you've got yourself a Kiwi classic. These simple additions enhance the flavors, making each bite a delightful experience. And you've got yourself a Kiwi classic. Whether you're enjoying it at a beachside stand or a local pub, this dish is a true representation of New Zealand's culinary heritage. Whether you're by the beach, at a local pub, or just craving a taste of home, fish and chips is a New Zealand staple that never disappoints. It's a dish that brings comfort and joy, reminding you of the simple pleasures in life. Fish and chips is a New Zealand staple that never disappoints. It's more than just food. It's a tradition that has been passed down through generations, a symbol of community and togetherness. So next time you're in New Zealand, make sure to try this classic dish with a Kiwi twist. You won't be disappointed. Section 6. Pavlova, a sweet cloud of controversy. Get ready for a sweet treat that sparked 1,000 debates. Pavlova. This dessert is not just a dish. It's a symbol of culinary pride and a topic of heated discussions. This delicate dessert, a meringue-based cloud of crispy sweetness topped with whipped cream and fresh fruit, is a source of national pride in New Zealand. The combination of textures and flavors makes it a standout on any dessert table. But here's the catch. Both New Zealand and Australia claim to have invented the pavlova, and the debate over its true origin is a friendly or not so friendly rivalry that's been going on for decades. Each country has its own version of the story, with passionate arguments and historical evidence presented to support their claims. Regardless of where it originated, there's no denying that the pavlova has become a beloved dessert in New Zealand. It's a staple at celebrations, family gatherings, and even casual get-togethers. The dessert has transcended its origins to become a part of the cultural fabric. Its light, airy texture, combined with the sweetness of the meringue, the richness of the cream, and the tanginess of the fruit, make it a truly irresistible treat. The contrast between the crispy exterior and the soft, marshmallow-like interior is a delight for the senses. So, the next time you're in New Zealand, be sure to try a pavlova and decide for yourself if this sweet cloud of controversy lives up to the hype. Whether you enjoy it at a high-end restaurant or a local bakery, the experience is sure to be memorable. And who knows, you might even find yourself joining the debate over its true origins. The history of pavlova is as rich and layered as the dessert itself. Some say it was created in honor of the Russian ballerina Anna Pavlova during her tour of Australia and New Zealand in the 1920s. Others argue that similar meringue-based desserts existed long before her visit. Today, chefs around the world have put their own spin on the classic pavlova, experimenting with different fruits, creams, and even savory elements. Despite these modern twists, the essence of the pavlova remains the same. A celebration of simple ingredients transformed into something extraordinary. In the end, the pavlova is more than just a dessert. It's a conversation starter, a piece of history, and a testament to the enduring appeal of a well-made sweet treat. So, whether you're Team New Zealand or Team Australia, there's one thing we can all agree on. The pavlova is a dessert worth savoring.